Hi, welcome to my channel. It's called Beauty of Lights. My name is Alina. I'm here to just do an introduction of who I am and what the purpose of this channel is. I am a woman that has been studying spirituality for about half of my life, which is about 17 years now. And I have made it a point to actually kind of discover what my specialty is, which is meditative thought. So, what I would like to do is kind of provoke thought, meditative thinking among people to let them know that it can be done really throughout the day while you're doing mundane things. So that's going to be the sole purpose of my channel is how to implement meditative thought throughout your day and learning how to ask the right questions to yourself so that you may progress spiritually, intellectually, and emotionally, throughout your life as you're on your own personal spiritual journey. And just to start it off, I'm going to mostly talk about, let you know a little bit about me. I am currently a student under the University of Metaphysical Sciences, and I do have another profession right now that I practice as a nurse. But I have an extensive history in spirituality. I did not grow up in any spiritual background, so I was kind of free to explore thoroughly myself on my own without really having to go through the most people are ended up have some kind of indoctrination that they have to overcome from childhood, which I was luckily not having to go through that. But I did go through my own processes as an adult. But with that being said, I have picked up a lot of skills over the years from being Christian to being Muslim, especially being Muslim, I picked up a lot of skill. But from Christianity to being Muslim to now just being a person that has studied many different religious thoughts and spiritual practices and took what was important, what helped me grow, so that I could provide the additional information to let people know what they can use and what they can apply to their lives. Also, I am a person that loves makeup. As you see, I have on a full face right now. So sometimes you'll see me doing mundane things such as putting on makeup while I'm having my discussions, because the goal is to have a meditative thought while you're doing the things that are typically done on autopilot. Like, although I personally do have a more of a passion for makeup, so I do use it as a creative outlet, and I do think about it a little bit more and a little less, um, uh, you know, autopilot mode. But other things like driving to work, washing dishes, washing clothes, cleaning up the house, those are times that you can utilize to implement meditative thought, to create your deeper thinking, to be more reflective upon who you are, what you have, in order to reflective upon your situations, things that you have done, other people's situation, things that they have done, that you can actually correct and better yourself. So that's going to be mostly the conversation that I'm going to be proposing here on this channel, and going into more of the further studies that I have learned in my own personal experiences, and how you can use it to grow for yourself and create your own personal spiritual journey, because that is the goal of life, right? Is to maximize your experience here and to be able to pursue on to something that you can actually be productive for yourself, be productive for other people, so you can help them maximize their growth so they can continue on in their spiritual journey. And one of the key things I'm going to speak about now is learning to ask the right question, because a lot of times people can start their spiritual journey but not actually learn the right question to ask in order to move forward, in order to advance. You can be stuck in life and in your current position because you did not maximize, because you did not ask the right question. So, like, for instance, a situation can happen, people can ask, why me, and they'll ask that all the time. And if you keep asking that question, you could zone in on the negative aspect of the situation, and because you're not asking the right question, it's not going to actually lead to any additional self-acknowledgement or answers being coming to you. So the correct question is not why me, because what makes you any different? Why not you? The correct question would be like, what did I do to lead to this situation? What was the series of circumstances or actions that had led to this situation, right? So asking the right question will lead to another question that will give you the answer. Or sometimes it'll give you the answer right away, but very rarely it does that. You'll see it'll lead to the another question, which would increase the depth of your knowledge. So that's the main thing here, is to just focus on learning to ask yourself the right question, because and that's what philosophy is about. It's about asking questions so you get to the right question that will trigger the right thought process or plant the right seed that will allow you to further think and come up with the answer to a problem or circumstances or a question, whatever it is that you're trying to complete, or whatever goal you're trying to accomplish. Because imagine an inventor who wasn't asking the right question. Like the whole process to creativity is asking yourself, what if, like whatever that question is. So you'll start off with one question, like what if this, like for even with the creativity of my eyeshadow right now. Oh, and I asked myself, what if I took the red first and blended the red, and then I went into the blue and I put the blue. Like you ask yourself the question and then you implement the action of whatever you think may be the correct process. And then if you see that it doesn't work, and then you ask yourself another question, another combination until you find what works, right? That is experimentation. Because asking the right question is a form of experimenting if you implement it, if you implement the answer, or if you implement the answer that you receive when you ask the question, right? So ask the question, implementation, action. That is an experiment to find out what the correct answer is. And sometimes that's a process. It could take several things. Like they say, an inventor never gets it on the first try. They continue. You're inventing your life. You're inventing the story of your life. You're inventing the person that you are, the character that you are here. And it's all about asking the right question, implementing the actions that you deem appropriate in order to move forward so you can have the outcome that you're seeking, right? So that's what the goal is here, to learn to ask the right question, implement whatever the answer is that you have received to determine whether it's the appropriate outcome or not. And if it's not, then you have to go back to the drawing board and asking another question, right? So sometimes you have to ask a few questions before you even get to the action to implement. But that's the key, is asking the right question. And asking the right question sometimes comes from learning a bit of other knowledge first. So paying attention to your own personal actions that you have done, paying attention to other people's actions and learning from their actions to know what question to ask. Why did I do that? What made me make that decision? Think about the series of thoughts that happened prior to that made you lead to that decision or that action, right? So everything is a process. Everything is math. Everything is a process, and you literally have to be a chemist. You have to be an alchemist, right, of your own future. You have to be and that's what a witch is. That's what a magician is, right? It's a chemist of situations. It's a chemist of energies. And you have to be the one to figure it out for yourself. So you have to learn to ask yourself the right questions. You have to be living a meditative life. So you have to reflect on the things that you do on a day-to-day basis in order to be able to figure out what you need to fix, what you need to change in order to have the desired outcome. And that's really what, that's what it's all about. That's where the underlying of cause and effect and law of attraction, all of that, that's all that it is. So that's that's the first thing I wanted to discuss and just kind of plant the seed on that, which is meditative thought, the process of asking the right question, implementing the answer that you think is appropriate, and then evaluating the outcome. Is the outcome desired? Was that the desired outcome, or was it an undesired outcome? And what do I need to change in order to readjust that outcome if it did not come out to the desired outcome? Okay. So that's the first talk for today, and I'll see you again soon. And once again, this is Lena at the channel Beauty of Lights. You can follow me on Instagram, which is also Beauty of Lights, and that's lights plural. And also, I am an affiliate of a cosmetic company, which is actually the full face I have on right now, called Wicked Sisters Cosmetics. And you can use my coupon code Beauty of Lights in order to receive any money off of any products on that channel, okay? Website. So you can follow them on Instagram, though, Wicked Sister Cosmetics, but you can go directly to the website, wickedsisterscosmetics.com, to receive any products. And like I said, enter in the beauty code Beauty of Lights, which is my name here on the channel and on IG, and you can receive any money off of whatever purchase that you make at the time, okay? And everybody, have a meditative day.